Hi guys, my name is Moran. Welcome to my channel where I read for you different Reddit stories from multiple subreddits, but today we're gonna discuss a story from Am I the and honestly, the only emotion this story got from me when I read it was what in the actual hell is going on with that human being? Let's dive in. Am I the for returning a birthday gift I got for my boyfriend after he insulted me about my colorful past. This happened last night, but my phone is still blowing up. I, female 26, dipped into my savings and got Mike, my boyfriend 27, a PS5 for his birthday yesterday. He knew he was getting the PS5 because he told me that the PS5 is the only thing he wants. We've been together for 4 years, so the cost didn't matter. That is until I found out what he thinks about me. Some background. When I was 18, I was involved with Jake, a guy who I met online. We ended things after 3 months and I moved on shortly after with Adam, a guy from work. I found out a couple of months later that Jake and Adam were actually really close friends, but I didn't know Jake long enough to meet his friend group, so I had no idea. After finding out, I took some time off dating, and 2 years later, I met my current boyfriend Mike. I was upfront and honest with Mike about my past and the fact that I was unintentionally involved with friends. He said he understood and my past didn't bother him. Last night at his party, I showed up with the PS5 and him and his friends were screaming with joy. His best female friend, Jessica, laughed and said, "I wish I was a thought so I could afford a PS5 too." Now, see, I didn't know what thought meant. In case some of you don't either, it is a woman who has many casual sexual encounters or relationships. I looked at her with an "excuse me" look on my face, and she just said, "Never mind," and walked away. I confronted my boyfriend about it, and he said, and I quote, "She's just messing with you. You can't take a joke. That is a f***ed up joke, and it honestly isn't even a joke." Because it isn't funny. So I pushed further as to why this girl is even calling me names to begin with, and he said, "Well, everyone knows you were a thought before you met me." I asked him to explain how I was a thought before him, and he said, messing with best friends. What a Oh my god. I'm getting heated already, and we're not even close to an end, and we're not even on the update, okay? Whew. He then pat me on the shoulder and said that it's okay because I'm not who I was back then, and if he could get over my colorful past and thought mentalities to give me a chance, then I could get over Jessica's comments and give her another chance. Dude, I would break a couple of fingers if he did that to me. I didn't say anything. I just got up, took the PS5 from the gift table, and left. He was pissed. He literally called me like 20 times, but I didn't care. I was so hurt that I took the ball off and took it straight back to the store I got it from. They happily refunded it. I thought that was done, but Mike and all his friends, including Jessica, are berating me for being petty, and they're all saying I brought this on myself by making poor choices. Block all of them right now, girl. I responded to Mike and told him that he deserves better than me, so find someone who wasn't a thought and get the PS5 from them because I returned it. He started screaming how I am the biggest for returning it and how I should be happy he ignored my colorful past. I'm thinking maybe taking it back went too far. Am I the No, don't even allow yourself to think that because you're not the. What you did is a very soft reaction, in my opinion. You did nothing wrong. I'm very glad that you took his toy from him because him entire friend group if all of them think that about you, because in what world dating your ex's friend is so bad that it deserves this derogatory term when you did it unintentionally? That doesn't mean you are a bad person. That doesn't mean you made poor choices. And that doesn't mean that you need to be grateful that someone is willing to date you after that. Because what the actual No, leave him, girl. Like, this is the only thing I want to say. Leave that terrible human because they clearly have some weird thing going on. And the fact that his friend said this to you, to your face, and then your boyfriend, instead of defending you, said, well, you cannot take a joke, means that they gossiped about you behind your back and that they all think that of you. They all think that you are somehow less than because of this. So I don't see any way you can continue being around those kind of people. Maybe they're willing to keep their terrible beliefs, but then they should be isolated in their little tiny group of nut jobs. Okay, that's what I think. Let's read the update. Firstly, thank you all for the support. I really appreciate it, and I'm trying my best to respond to each of you. Turns out you guys were right, but we'll get into that. Firstly, I unblocked Mike this morning and called him to talk. After a few hours of arguing, I finally got the truth out of him. He said that after I told him about my past, he was fine with it because it happened before him. Then he got curious about who Jake and Adam were. So he went digging on my Facebook friend list and didn't find Jake, but he found Adam. He then condemned me for having an ex on my social media page. I said I don't speak to the majority of people on my Facebook, but I wouldn't delete them, I just won't engage. He said that in his eyes, that was a red flag, so he went digging and he found what he was looking for. Oh, mama's little detective. Good for you. The insecurity of this man. I love men, honestly, but sometimes they're just being weirdos. He saw that Adam was well known and well liked by a lot of women because of all the women liking and commenting on his posts, and by the cars and trips he posted prior, he knew that Adam had to be well off. He also admitted to knowing some of the women who were in Adam's comments. He then tried digging into Adam's friend list, but it was hidden, so he asked Jessica to stalk his likes, comments, and posts for a Jake. Sure enough, they found Jake. Saw that Jake drove an expensive car and came to the conclusion that I only date men with money. Maybe he should just Jessica now, since they're such good friends and they're like stalking your exes together. Just leave them be. They deserve each other. Note, Mike doesn't have money, so his entire analysis was dumb. Anyway, I loved this dig. And also, it is so wild to me when men who barely have a job, any income, any savings whatsoever, they get a girlfriend and then they're like, all you want from me is money. What money, my dude? What money? If I wanted money, I would definitely not be dating you, right? Like, in most of these cases, the men that are the most scared that the girl is after the money have none. That is my favorite thing about these dudes. You don't have anything to take. So why are you even so upset about it? Actually, I can tell you why. Because it's way easier to say that I broke up with her because she didn't care about me as a person and she just wanted my money than to admit that your relationship is not working because you are a huge bag of dicks. I asked him why he just didn't come to me, and he confessed that for a while he thought I was interested in Jake and Adam for money because that's what women do. Oh, he then said that him and Jessica brought the situation up to his guy friends and they all agreed that this is how the situation went. I was dating Jake, he introduced me to Adam, I found out Adam had more money than Jake, I left Jake to sleep with Adam, then started dating him. This story honestly gets worse and worse. I didn't read the full story when I picked it for the episode and I didn't even open the update, but I'm getting so mad because damn, people are awful. Why are you speculating so much on somebody's past and then pretending like it's the only true way this happened? You literally have no information. You are making assumptions based on your prejudices just because you're awful. Why are you like this? Who hurt you? I questioned why would I leave Adam if I was with him for money, and he said he thought that was a lie and Adam had to be the one to leave me. Ouch. I have to remind you, she was with this man for 4 years. I'm actually surprised as to how this side of personality didn't come out sooner, or maybe she just didn't like pay that much attention to it. He then said that he contemplated breaking up with me over this for months, but as he got to know me, he slowly realized I'm not that kind of person. Did he though? Because he did defend his friend and not you when she made an unacceptable comment. I told him that he's basically full of shit for dirtying my name with his friends. Then I asked him why he didn't clear up my name. He said whenever he brought me up, they all dismissed me as a gold digger, thought a woman who slept with men for money, and here's the kicker, probably still have some of that money saved. They came to the conclusion that I must be with Mike for some ulterior motive, but he was too embarrassed to defend me. He also said that he was embarrassed every time I mentioned a male friend or tagged any guy on social media because they all teased him afterwards. I remember him asking me to not like any other men's posts on social media and to not tag any guys, but I just thought it's because it made him uncomfortable, not because his friends were silently stalking me. What is up with the boundaries in that friend group? And also, like, where did you find these jerks? After hearing all of this, I decided to end things with my yay, great job, you go girl. I told him that he's not a nice person and I can't trust him anymore, especially because he knew I was saving for months to afford the PS5 and he allowed his friends to think that I got my money somewhere else. After ending it, I said, oh, by the way, have you ever slept with Jessica? He said no, but after she found Jake, she suggested that they hook up if he ever needs to get back at me in the future. I asked what she meant by getting back at me, and he said she was certain I would cheat on him with a wealthier man if I found one. He's like, female best friends, I am very, very against it. Obviously, for heterosexual men. It's different when people are like bi because they can be attracted to both their male and female friends, but if we're talking about like a heterosexual man and a best friend girl, I swear to God, 90% of the time, she is secretly in love with him. And then she starts to like do weird when he gets a girlfriend or a wife, she starts inserting herself into situations she's not entitled to, and it just turns into this huge entire mess. And usually what we hear about like female friends, right? It's like, oh, we are not attracted to each other. Oh, if we wanted to be together, we would be, and blah, blah, blah. But that's usually not how it turns out. I've read probably hundreds, maybe thousands of Reddit stories by this point, okay? And every single time female best friend gets brought up, it's in the context of her being a terrible human to the girlfriend or the wife, or secretly trying to sleep with her best friend. So the same actually goes for male best friends and heterosexual women. Doesn't depend on the gender. For me, it's all the same. Now, don't get me wrong. I think there are cases where people are heterosexual and are great friends. There is nothing going on between them. It exists. It can be. I'm just saying that those situations are kind of rare. I'm not trying to like separate everything into black and white. I'm just saying that there are weirdly a lot of strange cases with best friends trying to get into their best friend's hands. He then said that he gave me the truth after all these years, so I should forgive him and give him another chance. But I didn't. I just thanked him for the good times, the memories, and for dirtying my name. Then I hung up and blocked him again. Now I think I'll take another long break from dating world. Thanks again, everyone. Well, I wish you all the best. You did great. I think that's the only right decision in this situation, especially after all of this going down. And when he admitted that like Jessica offered to hook up with him, clearly she is in love with him. She just doesn't know how to get him. They're all weirdly fixated on money. They dismissed you because of some imaginary story they all invented. You're way better off without them. To hell with these people. Good luck to you in the future. I am sure you deserve much, much better. That is all with this story for today. Thank you guys for watching. If you're still here, maybe drop the like. I am greatly appreciating all the support I can get at this point, and I will see you with another video real soon. Bye.